My husband ran off with my sister, then returned with a jaw-dropping request. I'm Hannah, 32 years old, female, and there are mornings I still wake up smelling the hospital antiseptic, like it never left the sheets of my life. Kyle, 36 years old, male, was the easy kind of man you could love like a habit. Steady job, the loud laugh that filled rooms, the way he could make me forget the world for a little while. He was my map when my world felt unmappable. Stephanie, 30 years old, female, was my sister. The one who kissed scraped knees, the one who knew the secret nicknames my parents stopped using. Stephanie could walk into a room and make it warmer. She was also, I would learn, terrifyingly persuasive in the softest possible voice. We grew up with the same chipped mugs in the cabinet, trading clothes and confidences. When my diagnosis came, the doctor's words blunt like bad weather, infertile, no maybe, no gentle rounding. It felt like someone had stolen a country from me. Kyle sat on the floor of our kitchen and curled around the trash can, while I retched. Stephanie didn't sit. She sprung into motion. We'll find a way, she said, and she meant it like a promise. At first it was tender. Pamphlets with glossy babies and calm typefaces. Sleepless nights reading IVF studies until the words blurred. The clinic said my heart would be at higher risk carrying. That was the knife. And I remember thinking carrying someone else's child felt wrong, like wearing another woman's name. Kyle's hands on my back the night I cried. Family is all I want, Hannah. That's all that matters. Stephanie's voice in my ear. Conspiratorial and warm. You'll be the real mother. Please. Let me give you this. They arrived with folders of research like they were bringing me a map out of grief. I didn't notice the way they sat shoulder to shoulder in the living room, elbows almost touching, smiling at me with rehearsed tenderness. I didn't hear the little omissions, the things Kyle didn't mention, about how he'd already spoken to the clinic, the way Stephanie's hand lingered on his knee when she laughed. I told myself I was paranoid. I wanted to believe the people who had always been my refuge. Red flags came in quiet, ordinary ways. Kyle would insist on choosing the doctor, because he knows what he's doing. Stephanie would leave the house smelling like the clinic's sanitizer, and then text me at midnight, pictures of embryo diagrams, notes circled in red, with exclamation points. Once, after a long meeting, Kyle squeezed my forearm and said, almost angrily, "Stop overthinking, just trust us." The grip left a half-moon bruise I couldn't explain away to myself. He apologized, kissed it, and the bruise faded, as did my certainty. I remember the night before the transfer, like a photograph under glass, their faces haloed in lamplight, the folded pamphlets between them, a broken wedding photo on the mantel, the frame's corner bent where I dropped it during a fight months before. It felt symbolic then. Now it feels prophetic. They promised safety, love, and that the origin of the egg didn't change anything. The clinic forms looked official. Stephanie's voice was a lullaby. Kyle's touch became a tether. I signed.